Alright, so we're here to stream a little bit of NBA 2K. This is going to be part of a two-part series today. I'm going to play some of this for the Sega Dreamcast. Haven't done it in a while, haven't played this game, but this is where the series all started. And now since it's one of the biggest sports games out there, NBA 2K series, I wanted to go back to its roots and see what it's got to offer. So right here, you have the menu screen. Now this, you first saw this menu screen with NBA or NFL 2K. So I always thought it was, the reason they made it this shape is because it was like football, but I guess that's just the way Sega Sports did their menus. So let's take a look at the options real quick. 5 minutes. Yeah, that's good. So I'm just gonna play an exhibition game, and we'll see what we got going. So I am not. I got a Spurs hat on, but I'm not going to use the Spurs. I am going to use the Toronto Raptors. That was one of my favorite teams at this time. When this game came out, I believe it was 1999. So this is the game we're playing. This is what the NBA 2K series all started with, and it started with a system that lasted less than 2 years. And that's the Sega Dreamcast. It was exclusive to the console. Raptors and Knicks had a good playoff series, so I think I'm gonna pick the Knicks as the opponent. There you go. Alright. So excuse me if I screw up the buttons at first. I haven't played this game in quite a while, so I don't know what the buttons are. One thing I can tell you is the view, I believe, by default in this game is
hello and welcome to Toronto.
View. That's
I'm Bob Steele, along with me, my partner Rod West. Let's go straight to courtside and hook up with the PA for the player introductions.
Specifically, so after these introductions, we'll be changing the camera to a side traditional broadcast view. Latrell Sprewell.
Alan Houston. Also at forward, Larry.
This was a good New York Knicks team. Larry Johnson,
Patrick
Ewing. Yeah, that's a good start. Jeff Van Gundy, now on ESPN, is a broadcaster.
And now the starting lineup for your
Wow,
Toronto.
it works for Toronto. Look at this.
It is Larry.
Williams,
Out of Villanova.
bad point guard for him.
Standing 6'5".
He's happy to be here today.
Also at guard. In his 8th season.
Doug Christie,
Out of Pepperdine. Standing
also a
6'5".
solid player for the Raptors.
Christie.
I'm trying to remember if this is good. Vince Carter, this is what it's all about.
North Carolina.
Second year.
Standing 6'7". Vince.
So I think he still has a great. He might be coming on.
Also at forward. It is 50.
Charles Oakley.
Out of Virginia Union. Standing 6'9".
I kind of like to think of this team as the modern day Timberwolves. Just with a ton of young talent with mixed in some veterans. Here you got Anthony Davis.
Standing 6'9".
But obviously this team was a lot better because Oakley, Davis, Kevin Lewis on this team. They still had something left to give. Whereas the guys on the Timberwolves, Garnett, Andre Miller was on
The
here.
Knicks sees the opening tip.
Kevin Martin, they don't have too much. They don't have too much left in the tank. Miller,
Sprewell lets it go.
He's pretty much spent. All right, I'm gonna change the camera view here. So I believe the one I use is side high. Yeah, side high. coach settings real quick. I always like to call my own timeouts and substitutions. It's just the way I've always been. I don't like when they sub guys out of the game when you're getting into a rhythm with them. Usually I'll score most of the points with 1 or 2 guys, but it all depends. So yeah, this is one of my favorite Toronto Raptors teams. Probably my favorite of all time. This was after the Damon Stoudemire era of, you know, the expansion team, but they had a really solid team. On the bench here, we got Muggsy Bogues, 5'3", I think the shortest player to ever play in the NBA. Then you got T-Mac, Tracy McGrady. So he was about in his 3rd year, I believe, here. And they're like second cousins, Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady. Then you got D. Brown, former dunk contest standout. Kevin Willis, savvy veteran. Michael Stewart, he was more of just a role player. And then you got, let me see who else. Del Curry, 3-point shooter. Also, Steph Curry's dad. He ended his career in Toronto. Jay Thomas, I really forget who that is. So, but yeah, that's the squad. So, let's get to it.
Davis setting up. That's a bad pass, and they turn the ball over.
Wow.
Next ball.
Ewing brings it in.
So in this game,
Sprewell rainbows a 3.
Dreamcast controller.
Heaved it off the backboard.
A is
The
pass,
Raptors
X is
are having
X is
trouble
shoot.
penetrating the defense. Carter pulls up.
Yeah, X is shoot.
As a coach, you remind your players that they've got to guard the hoop from the shooter as much
Oakley.
as you want to guard the shooter from the hoop. That would
A lot of people like
Really
the
great
Sega
effort.
Dreamcast controller.
And they now lead it by 4.
And I love the innovation of the controller
Williams
with
at the
you know,
controls. He's in
memory card,
midcourt.
which helps out
Oakley,
some games.
mid-range. Johnson battled for and gets the defensive
Oakley's
board.
having a tough one.
That's his first rebound of the game.
I have to say, through long periods of play, it's not one of the most
Sprewell,
comfortable
outside jumper.
controllers
Threw it
because-
hard off the glass.
because of the back buttons. You have to use the
Williams
back
gives it up.
buttons a lot, like you do in this game.
Oakley,
Turbo and playing defense.
he has 2.
The L button. It really wears on your hands. It kind of.
Ward
I feel
keeps
like
the ball
if you had
and waits for
bigger
the right
hands,
time.
It
LJ.
cramps them up. They're kind of like. They're
Oakley
itchy type
took a
of
spill, but no
control.
whistle.
So I always find it
Davis tosses the ball.
quite fascinating that people like this controller
He has 2.
over the Nintendo 64 controller, which for me is more comfortable.
Ward
with
just
those
across
games.
midcourt, working the offense.
Mario
Denied.
Kart, where you use the
The Knicks
joystick
are
and
maybe being a little too
so
patient
you
with the
hold, like,
ball.
the middle part of the controller, and then the Z button.
The Raptors
to-
are really moving it
like
around.
That feels more natural than the Dreamcast.
Davis.
But
They've got the
everyone's
fast
got their
break.
own opinion. I'm sure if you have
This is big. Spree with the
That's
jam.
just how I feel about it. So
Williams stands back and calls the play. Oakley to the basket. Davis. Ewing tosses it.
oh my goodness,
Uh-oh.
there's a lot of point blank
Get
shots.
that outta
great
here.
block. I like the
dumps it
pace
off.
of this game. It's really fast.
Oh, no, he didn't do that.
Vince Carter.
Ward sets up the offense. Banks it in. Houston makes it, and they take the lead.
I don't know if you'll be able
Williams
to hear
at the
this on
controls.
mic,
He's
but
setting up the
Dreamcast
offense.
is pretty loud. It's the disc is going
Carter
nuts in
gives up the
system.
ball.
And Sega likes to call it that. It's
Christie takes the shot. Goaltending, the
Goaltending.
basket will count.
As soon as
Doug
the ball
Christie.
starts to fall down, you can't touch it.
Johnson throws it in. Ward
Yeah,
passes.
this I have to say,
The
like,
Knicks
this game
are
is
waiting
still
for the
very
right
playable.
moment. Houston
If
moves
you
to
have
the
a
hoop.
Sega Dreamcast,
They feed it inside.
I recommend getting
Stolen.
this game. I'm sure it's pretty cheap. You can probably get it less
Christie.
than $5.
Connects with the layup.
But it's a good game. It's very playable.
Scores,
If you're
and
a
they're
fan
in
of
front.
NBA, fan of basketball, This is one of the cheaper games.
Have the ball and an opportunity to tie the game.
One of my favorite games of all time.
The Knicks are passing it around, but the defense really making them work. They hammer it inside.
Excellent arcade.
They feed the post. It's blocked.
Get out of here. Pretty easy.
3 seconds on the shot clock. They're running right down the court.
Which is pretty
they swing it right side.
The series.
Come on, dude, let's stop them. To the rim.
Boom, Mitch Carter putting on a dunk show.
Nice job. Nice job making the score. The Knicks with the ball and are trailing 12.
There's also another.
The Knicks are a little frustrated. They're looking for just the right shot. Oakley picks up his first personal.
NBA tonight. Is it Conan? It's Conan. Yeah.
Houston makes the first.
It's pretty brutal. But the marketing was there.
They're looking for the easy transition bucket. Christie. Sprewell dishes the ball. Ward drives to the basket. It's sent away. Ward drives.
Okay, let's
Get some help inside.
I don't know, maybe there's a button I hit, but
Williams has the ball and sets up the offense.
Hey, good position.
Oakley, don't bring that in here.
Ooh, help defense by Patrick Ewing.
I got him.
He blocked his ex-teammate, Charles Oakley.
Sprewell, the outside shot. Good from 19 feet.
Charles having a game, 8 points already.
The Raptors are looking to take the lead.
Probably too far. Ooh, Antonio Davis with the mid-range.
Hits and they take the lead.
That was a little too far out of his range, but I guess not.
Ward. We've reached the end of the first quarter. The score, 14 to 13.
On every other simulation sports game at the time, is they looked the best. The detail on the players' faces and everything. It was really mind-blowing at the time. So the Sega Dreamcast, I think, you know, that's one of the many reasons that people love the system. But it was one of those first systems that really did 3D graphics correctly. All right, let's get some subs in. Yeah, it did the 3D graphics correctly, and you know, it still holds up to this day. So it's one of those systems that's retro system that's easy to pick up and play again. We'll just sub the whole lineup. We'll mix it up in the third quarter. Oh, I don't have Dell in there. We could put him. Put Del Curry at small forward for now. McGrady at power forward. And Kevin Willis at center.
Davis tosses it in.
At the time of this game, Muggsy Bogues
goes out right.
Make the save. Oh,
Ewing defending the ball.
See that? Antonio Davis with that dunk.
The Knicks have the ball but are losing 16 to 13. Back down. They push it up the court. They move it right side.
So A does like crossovers. Maybe could do more.
Ward getting ready to run the play. Houston on range. Carter is hit with his first personal. Bogues comes into the ball game.
Here they come.
Willis inbounds the ball.
Look at how small Muggsy.
They pass it outright. Brown from underneath.
Brown.
Nearly breaks the glass with that one.
Oh, he's not dunking in these days.
The Knicks showing good movement. He has two.
Make it harder on him next time.
Knicks are going back now.
Curry, short range.
Pass. Oh,
With the outside jumper.
trying to three with Dell.
A vet like that is something
just
a
inside
throwback
the
in the way that he plays. He's picked up a lot of good habits over the years, and you can see him out there.
Ward passes it. Can't find his range. Brown puts it up. He has two.
Now, one thing I can say about this game that's not true
Ward
with the
waits for
2K
the right time.
games currently is the players are very
Bogues
responsive to the
still
joystick.
working on his man.
There's no delay in the movement. It's
Dropped
almost
in the
kind
layup.
of mechanical, but it's very
They push the
precise.
lead to half a dozen. They're up 6.
Like if I'm just hitting the joystick left and right, I mean the players know
Ward
exactly
stays with
what
the dribble.
I'm doing with the joystick.
Spree releases.
Spaz out
Hard off the
basically.
backboard.
And that's always been one of my
The
complaints with
Raptors are having trouble
2K
getting a good
series
shot
on
off.
PS4,
Brown. Ewing has the rebound off the miss.
Xbox.
That's his second rebound of the game.
The players have like a delay
Spree jams it through.
when they move.
Bogues gets a play from the
So
bench.
like if you're just trying to pull up for three,
Brown.
for me it's like hard to stop in front of the three-point line exactly because they move a little bit more
The
than when I stop
Raptors
pressing.
with some terrific ball movement.
Kevin Willis.
Ward holds onto it.
Kevin Willis is big. Taking care of Patrick Ewing.
They drop it down on the block. They're trying to get the easy scores. Bogues crashes the defensive boards for the rebound.
Del Curry.
He's got 4 points.
The pump fake is just way too effective
Ward
in this game.
stands back and calls the play. The Knicks using the pass to their advantage. And that's a reach in.
Went for the ball and got on it. Easy call for the ref.
Childs is now on the floor.
Substitution for the Knicks.
Houston tosses it
I
in.
like that you can actually get around the fence.
Nails the nylon.
It's not like those old EA games.
A minute 44 to go.
Where it's like impossible to get around guys.
Bogues passes the ball.
You're the man, you're the man.
McGrady close
Gracie,
in. He has
getting a
two.
little J.
The Knicks with possession but are down 30 to 22.
One of the good features that the
Bogues
new
guards the ball
basketball
handler.
games have is they
Childs
tell you where to
long
go on
two.
defense.
His outside J is falling
Those
because
are
his
pretty
size
good
is giving him
about
that
knowing
advantage.
who to
You're right,
guard
Rod. He's
because
got
I
the
do
clearance to make shots like
mostly
that.
all the players in the NBA. So when
Wingate
you're
comes
playing
out to
man-to-man
defend the ball.
defense,
Bullseye.
which guy to guard. But
They're
I can
putting a
see
little
for
distance between them. They're up 8.
rosters and teams that well,
57
it's hard
seconds to go.
know who the heck you're going to guard. So the new games with NBA
The
Live
Knicks
16
keep
and
that
NBA
ball moving.
2K16,
Great passing out there.
actually have like
And
an
it's out
arrow.
of bounds.
Well, NBA 2K16
McGrady brings it in.
an arrow to who you're supposed to guard, like in that
Willis
circle.
squares up.
And NBA Live has,
We'll get the whistle when it's
basically
called
have
out of
like a straight
bounds.
line, transparent line to the camera.
Willis
I think
throws it
that
in.
It's a little distracting on the court, but it actually
They pass it out left.
looks better to
Get out of the way!
Willis. The reserves are doing good.
30 on the game clock. Childs, the dribble drive. The ball's loose. It's
Tracks
stolen.
right.
Houston D's up on the ball.
Del
Dudley
Curry.
yanked it down off the miss. That's his first rebound of the game. LJ on the penetration.
I've always
And
been
the
a
pass
drive
was
to the
off
whole
target and
first
it
guy
skips out of bounds.
in video games.
Willis inbounds the
I
ball.
just feel like that's higher percentage.
T-Mac thunders it through.
Dunking on dudes.
The clock is at
Certain
5.
games though, I will shoot.
Charging in.
Threes, but
Brown draws his first whistle of the night.
like simulation games, I think the best strategy is to take a straight game.
Johnson makes the first free throw. He'll get one more.
So I opened a nice little 10-point lead in this first half.
He gets them both.
First
McGrady brings it in. That's it for the second quarter, and at halftime, it's 36 to 26.
All right, I'm going to mix up the lineup a little bit here.
We're going to pause briefly on the Sega Sports Network for halftime. But before we leave you, let's take a quick look at the halftime statistics. is back into the game, and he looks a lot more.
So let's see. Let's make some subs. So I'm gonna put Elvin back in. Vince Carter. And I'll put McGrady. I want McGrady and Carter in at the same time. I'll leave in Kevin Willis, and I'll put in Antonio Davis later. Charles Oakley. Yeah. So we'll take effect at the dead ball.
Willis tosses it in. Brown dishes the ball.
Brady's doing it right now. I always wonder how this team
Ward at the controls. He's setting up the offense.
Brady and Carter would have stayed in.
Johnson. The basket is good. Goaltending on the defense.
That was close, but it could have gone either way. The ref knows says it was goaltending.
Either of
Willis brings it in. Carter.
Well, I guess it wasn't McGrady. I think McGrady
Willis
was
tosses the ball.
The last championship the Spurs had. They like picked him up before the playoffs.
Blocked.
So he was on the bench, so he might have the ring, but he really wasn't a key contributor.
Williams.
I don't even think he played for that championship.
There it is! Unbelievable! He nails another one!
He's got the hot
So,
hand.
just think about if these two were still together, man. They were two of the best scorers in the NBA at the same time, and
The Knicks
could have been
have an opportunity to pull it
together
closer,
on the
but they're
same
down 40 to 28. With the theft,
And they were.
they're looking to push
Brady
the
was
pace.
coming into his own.
T-Mac passes. Got him. They thread it inside.
The last year he was on the Raptors. And it was all about Vince Carter. He was rookie of the year.
Shot clock down to 4. They
I
gotta
guess
get one
Brady
up.
just wanted to do his own thing.
Ewing passes it.
If you hear the background noise,
That's their 12th turnover so far.
Cat
Willis throws it in. McGrady. Oakley on the accelerator.
Come on, Charles.
There's the
Oh, my
whistle, and it's out of
goodness.
bounds. That's their 5th turnover so far.
Next ball.
Ewing inbounds the ball. It could be! Spree with the flush.
Yo, put it out.
Willis.
Kevin Willis.
Great shot. And these guys
Great
are
drive,
putting
Kevin.
on a clinic. As you can
Yeah,
see,
Carter-
they're really
Carter
shooting
McGrady
well.
could've
Bob, they are just on tonight. Simple as that.
The Jordan and Pippen of the 2000s.
Johnson hit the deck, but there's no call.
Except one of them, they were both probably scoring wise.
Willis brings it in.
Between
Williams
Jordan
has the
and
ball and
Pippen.
sets up the offense.
So they could have put up
He's
as
getting
much
4 points.
Defensively, I don't think either guy was ever to their
Ward
level.
controls the dribble.
They could have put up the same amount of points.
The
maybe
Knicks
even more.
are maybe being a little too patient this time down.
That was
Spree
really disappointing, but
They're
I love
running it
this.
back.
In this era, 2000,
Carter
there's so
unloads.
many different sports games
He
out
snags
there.
the board and he leads the team in rebounds.
Great position.
back.
He knows just where to be for the board.
Play with it.
Spree rips it through. They cut
They're
the
actually
deficit
even
a
in
bit,
that
but they
game
still
2K.
trail by a bunch.
99, 2000. Toronto Raptors, so that's pretty cool.
Williams getting ready to run the play. Oakley steps out of
Nice
bounds.
stand-up.
Johnson
We had
tosses
like
it in.
NBA Live 2000.
Ward setting
Carter
up.
and Brady on the same team.
They move it left side.
Perfect kind of game. Arcade where you just
Ewing.
two players.
They've got numbers.
But by the time like 2000,
That's out of bounds. They're up to 7 turnovers so far in the game.
Brady was already
Houston
like
throws it
NBA
in.
Street. He was already on the net.
Ward sets up the offense. Loose ball. Oh, nice steal.
Carter.
Willis.
Kevin Willis. Oh.
LJ picks up his first personal.
Last 2 minutes of the period. That's his first personal. First team foul.
Hit L and R. And try to line it up.
McGrady can't get the first to fall.
It's not fun.
He cans the second free throw. Johnson inbounds the ball. The Knicks are looking to make up some ground with a bucket here. They trail 45 to 32. The Knicks continue to move it around. He has two.
The ball scrolls back and forth. That's not great.
It's out of bounds.
So yeah, this
Willis brings it in.
Mix-up.
Oakley. Ward out guarding the ball.
Come on, defense, let's do this.
Sprewell is hit with his first personal.
Yes.
Resulting in a penalty situation. That's his first personal
Carter
foul.
connects on the three-point
Already,
opportunity.
I'm surprised
Johnson
about that.
tosses it in. Ward showing nice patience.
Now, just thinking about it, comparing it to NBA 2K16.
LJ lets it go.
2 minutes in the period. Picks up his
Oakley,
second.
that's his second whistle of the night.
Like that, this might be just a little bit better. Gives you a better chance to actually make it.
Johnson
The guy
gets
in
the
NBA
first free throw.
2K16 is a bad free throw shooter, even if you shoot the ball and get it filled with that meter on the bottom player.
Perfect from the line on this
Matter,
trip.
you know, they just
Willis
miss.
inbounds the ball.
At least this gives you a
There's the
chance.
whistle, and it's out of bounds. Willis brings it in. They pass it right side. Sprewell, man-on-man defense.
You got it, you got it.
Going for that pump fake.
Bullying his way in. Rejected.
Oh, Ewing comes over to block Carter.
Gives up the ball.
What's behind you?
Johnson from outside. Carter is hit with his second personal.
Second team foul.
That was a foul on me. I got the rebound.
Ward gets the first of two. McGrady passes. Carter accelerates. It's good, and Roddy's really started off on the right foot.
It's nice for a guy to be able to come out hot like that. It can really boost his team.
Here he comes! Spree with the dunk.
Bad transition.
Williams tosses it.
Well, it wasn't really even transition because it came off the bucket.
Carter spots up. They're pushing it right back at him.
Fadeaway shot.
Williams contests the ball. Johnson, he follows it up and in.
Well, I should've
It's a
held for
single-digit
that
ball
shot.
game. They
9
trail by 9. And it's out of bounds.
You have to take this
Willis throws it
a little
in.
bit seriously.
Williams gives it up. There's the buzzer. And at the end of the third quarter, it's
Didn't hear the buzzer. I got the
50
TV
to
volume
41.
down all the way. Don't have headphones in, so. All right, let's make some subs. Get Muggsy. McGrady was doing well at small forward, or at power forward, I mean. So I think I'll put him back there. We'll put Dell back in, and then get Antonio Davis. You know what? I think I'll. Oh man, I wanted to put Doug Christie in at point guard. Here, let's do this. Let's put Dell at shooting guard. Vince Carter at small forward. For McGrady at power forward. Create a mismatch there. And then Antonio Davis. Alright, this would be a good lineup coming in.
Rod, what do you think of the scoring breakdown?
Well, you can see right here that they struggled early on, Bob, but it's going to take a big quarter for them here in the fourth.
The basket is good.
Houston is good from long range.
7-point
McGrady.
ball game.
The Raptors with a lot of ball movement. Carter shoots.
The basket is good.
It's in, and he's their
Defense
top
coming
scorer
from
so far.
He's heated up pretty much from the opening tip. Watch out. This could be a huge game for him.
On target.
I have to check how
Still
much Carter
competitive
scored
game. They're
last
down
night.
only
for
7.
the Grizzlies beat the Bulls and
This could be nasty.
playoffs in 2006.
It's good, and they've been out shooting their opposition pretty
Carter had a
handily.
nice
They've got the
fadeaway.
rhythm, Bob. They are just playing confident. Their shots are falling for them.
Hopefully, he's hit with his third whistle of the night.
12 minutes for us watching,
McGrady has come into the game.
He obviously has some offensive firepower left in the tank. I didn't like how
He makes both free throws.
the Grizzlies
Davis
just stopped
inbounds
really
the ball.
playing this year
Christie
for,
passes the ball.
because they picked up Matt Barnes.
Take it to the basket.
You know, Matt Barnes.
Davis
Probably
puts a
a little
body
bit
on the
better
ball handler.
He's just not big enough to compete against the size of the offense. If you're a coach, how long do you let a mismatch like that go on?
Yeah, you got to put somebody in there with some bulk on him. It's the only way to put the brakes on the big guy. He's a freight train going downhill
Grizzlies,
right
I guess, are more defense
Christie
oriented.
tosses the ball. They're looking to push the pace.
Man, it's 5-point game.
Houston
3 points.
hammers
This
it
is not
home.
good.
The Raptors with possession and are on top, 54-51. The Raptors keep moving the ball.
Trying to get open threes.
McGrady fires.
Oh my. Why didn't he dunk it?
Look out below. They pass it outside.
Bodied him.
Knocked loose. Taken away. Davis
Come on,
unloads.
Antonio.
Hey, nothing new here. He
Finally.
continues to have his shots fall.
What a shooter. This guy has some magic.
Maintains a
touch.
5-point lead.
They throw it cross court. They have the fast break.
We're gonna miss a shot. Christie.
Sprewell guards the ball handler.
Yes.
There's
There's
nine.
McGrady coming in with the slam.
Ward has a good handle on the ball. LJ stuffs it down.
Sports gamer episodes, because this game is pretty
Christie
good. and
just across midcourt, working the
for
offense.
game to be better.
Curry rolled in the layup.
For the,
They're now leading it by 7. He has 6 points.
This is a good retro sports game for sure. And the announcer
Ward keeps the ball and waits for the right time.
Here
Here they come on the fast break.
It wasn't an actual.
Davis lets it go.
How do you miss that?
Ward
Ward's
stays
generic
with the dribble.
announcer, but he did a pretty good job.
If I had that kind of a big-time player on my
Three
team,
ball.
I'd still be coaching today. This is a guy who can make the shots fall even with a man in his face.
Good 3-point shooter.
They rotate it cross court.
Thought this was going to be garbage time.
Watch out!
Turned into a big game. Oh,
McGrady, the dribble
just got
drive.
bodied by
Christie,
Pedro.
they're looking to run the court. Houston drives to the basket.
2-point
Here's
game.
the Sega player of the game, Rod, and he deserves it. He's had an outstanding game, as you can see, and look at the points he has. Unbelievable.
There's no stopping a shooter when he's on, and he was on tonight.
They're within a bucket as they've trimmed into the advantage. They now trail
Oh,
by 2.
good shot.
Ward waits for the right time.
Grady could take Larry
Christie
Johnson.
defending the ball. Johnson squares up. He gets it to fall, and wow, look at how close these two scorers are. They are really battling it out.
These are two very competitive people here, and right now they are showing all of it to us.
The Raptors are really working the pass. Carter
Got him.
from short range.
No help. Vince Carter,
Flares
19
in.
points.
The clock reads 56. LJ with a long 2.
Good deep.
McGrady shoots. Flips it up and in.
Yeah, this game's still
44
fun.
seconds on the game clock. Johnson. He gets it to fall, and he adds to his total.
Bob, you see how his points stack up to his teammates.
We'll get the whistle, and it's called out of bounds.
And my hands aren't even
Ward
cramping
leaves
up
the
that
floor.
bad.
Davis brings it in.
Child.
That's out of bounds. That's their 10th turnover.
Knicks ball.
Houston tosses it in.
Bad turnover.
Childs passes it.
2 points.
Off the corner of the box and in.
Barry Johnson.
Christie gives up the ball. Carter tosses it.
A shame they had to take the foul, Bob, but they had to stop the clock. Pretty savvy play overall.
McGrady throws it in. Childs draws his first whistle of the night.
Gotta concentrate here.
Sprewell takes a seat.
All right, come on, let's make this one at least.
He gets the rebound, and he's the team leader.
Way to battle up on the boards.
Davis passes.
Big rebound. McGrady's running away. He looks tired.
Carter.
He's bobbing his head back.
It's in, and he
Carter
has to believe
with
that
the
he's
fadeaway
reason they're
clutch
up
jumper.
right now.
No doubt about it, Bob.
It's looking like this
Dudley.
could be a game right here.
LJ puts the ball back up and in.
Johnson.
Childs draws his second whistle of the night.
Here's his free throws again. Okay,
Christie
I take that
can't
back.
get
I
the
don't
first.
like these free throws better than NBA 2K16.
They're racing it back. To the rack. Wingate with the tomahawk.
Timeout Raptors.
5.6 left, tie game. Carter and McGrady leading scores.
Substitution.
Ewing just checked in. They go cross court.
Not worried about getting the ball off.
McGrady takes the shot.
McGrady. Oh! It's going overtime. If it wasn't for the free throws, I probably would have won this game already, but it is what it is. Let me make some subs now. McGrady's tired, so we'll put in Oakley back in. Get those boards. Doug Christie. Alright, let's do this. 3-minute overtime.
LJ holds on to it. The Knicks can't seem to penetrate this defense. They're all over him.
Locking down on D.
Pulls up.
Basket
Yes,
good.
and he's scorching Rod.
He knows it too, Bob. He's asking for the ball every time he goes
Billy
down
Johnson's
court.
just on fire. He's made 8 out of 11.
Curry for three. Ewing gets possession
Come
off
on,
the
Bill.
miss. He's up to 7 rebounds so far in the game. And they're now on top by 4.
Is the AI just getting better? Or
They're going to the big guy.
Ball.
The Raptors are maybe being a little too patient with the ball.
Oh my! Shot it, hit the back of the backboard.
They pass it inside. They throw the ball out of bounds, turn it over. Oakley comes in on the substitution.
Subs made 2 minutes left.
Davis brings it in.
2 minutes.
They feed it to the post.
They got to run into big guys.
Charles Oakley
This
comes
offense
in
is
and
just going to
slams.
walk all over
Right.
them. This guy's
Need
way
some
too small
stops
to be able
here.
to defend on the inside at this point.
The Knicks showing good ball movement. They drop it inside. They're off to the races.
Yes.
Curry.
When he fades
Steph
away,
Curry
he gets an
ties it
extra
up.
inch or two separation from the D to make that basket. That's a great move.
Tie game here.
Knocked away. Oh, he pilfers it.
Stripped.
Here they come on the fast break. The Raptors pass it around, looking for the shot.
Working around.
Carter. Ewing dishes the
Oh,
ball.
come on, Vince. You gotta hit that.
Davis D's up on the ball. It's hit loose. It's taken away. They swing it outright.
Is the AI actually getting smarter on Dreamcast? Oh, I thought he was going that.
Christie puts
Goes
it
for
up.
Doug. Oh, Doug
Rejected.
Christie rejected. Shot clock reset. I don't know why.
We'll get the whistle and it's called out of bounds. Davis inbounds the ball.
Tense.
pretty well. Picks up a second personal.
360.
Out of the period. Picks up his second personal. First team foul.
Oh my God.
Carter sinks it and puts them in the lead.
Takes a lot of concentration.
He converts both free throws.
Got two.
LJ throws it in. The clock reads 26. They swing it left side. Carter tosses it.
Smart foul. They had to do something to stop the clock.
Oakley gets the first to fall.
Yes. 3-point lead here.
2 for 2 on this trip.
Oh, he made that one.
Johnson brings it in.
4-point lead. It's looking good.
14 seconds on the game
Still a lot
clock.
of time left, though.
The Knicks are a little frustrated. They're looking for just the right shot. Springwell
Missing
picks up
the
his third
intentional
personal.
foul. 8 seconds left. Antonio Davis.
Davis misses the
It's
first.
like you get it for a split second, and that's when you gotta like hit the X button.
Johnson gives up the ball.
To get that offensive rebound. Oh, it's on backcourt.
The Knicks are maybe being a little too patient this time now.
Conceded.
That'll do it for the ball
4-point
game.
win
The
for
final
the
score,
Toronto Raptors.
76 to 72.
One thing that's a little disappointing, some of the NBA Live games, they had like a player of the game with like some advertisements, like Sprite advertisements or whatever it is. This game didn't have that. That's kind of disappointing to me. I like when they add that kind of stuff to the games. Of course, the 2K series is known for their attention to detail now with all they do with the AT&T guys, Ernie Johnson, Kenny Smith, and Shaq. So, yeah. They've taken feedback since the year 1999. But Carter led the game in scoring, 23. Tracy McGrady, 13. And then the other guys filled in from there. Knicks, Larry Johnson had a huge game, 24 points. 11 boards, wow, double-double. Allen Houston, 19. Latrell. So yeah, that was a solid game. And like I said, this game is still fun to play. Wanted to go back to the original game on the Dreamcast. I love the Dreamcast. It's one of my favorite systems. It's a great multiplayer system. So yeah, that's about it. There's other options in here. You gotta realize there might have been more added to the game with NBA 2K1, but for this one, you know, it's a little bit bare bones, but not when it comes to the attention to detail on the graphics and even the gameplay. So then that's really, you know, what the game is about. More than anything, more than the graphics is the gameplay, and this game's still fun to play, and it's pretty balanced as well, and it plays very fast too. So overall, like NBA 2K, and probably revisit this one in the future. So didn't get anyone commenting on the stream this time, but if you did check it out, thanks for checking out the stream. And I'll be back later on tonight with some NBA 2K16 My Park. And that is the game mode on the new game that has captivated me as of late. It's a lot of fun playing My Park, going to different parks. You play with your friends or whoever, and you just basically play pickup games with your creative player. So it really gives an identity to whoever is playing the game. And especially now when you have the PlayStation camera where you can put your face into the game. It's really cool. This is really the first NBA 2K16 or 2K game that I've gotten into in a long time. So I'm looking forward to streaming that later. I'll use the PS4 and stream it straight from there. So thanks for watching the stream.